I've been extremely disturbed seeing that, feeling, sensing. Although someone came with a suggestion, an extra, sorry, I don't, you see, with no, like criticism, but with criticism and no appreciation. Criticism that my videos are long. So after thinking, and the people I'm getting, is that you see, the Muslims are after the Hindus. So I hope that the Hindus will exercise prudence in this. I'm hearing voices like, Ya Imam Hussein. Some of the Shias also are very, the same, like hardcore. Really, there was someone in Mehfil Shah Khurasan. They opened, they wanted to fire. They took out a gun, wanting to, shoot their own Shia fellow Shias because of this thing we have, damam. And we were asked by the owners of Mehfil Shah Khurasan, caretakers, to bring this damam, which is played in Karadar during 9th and 10th, or even 8th, with the drums and all. It's a kind of a warning sign. So a Shia took out a gun. And so some of these Shias, I tell you, they can be very cunning, very bad. Not only Sunni Muslims, but Shias too. So please be careful. And I think that what I was thinking, um, I don't know about Ghalib Kamal, but when he was telling I don't think the Indian Hindus should get involved in the ex-Muslim thing going on. देखें मुसलमान ऐसे खड़े हैं कि थोड़ा भी अगर हिंदू कुछ करेंगे हम they can frame you, they can they can also try to badnaam you, make you notorious. Fake IDs issue hai, problem hai. We have a fake ID problem on YouTube. Some people don't want to even ex-Muslims show their faces, so they make fake IDs, and they can even pretend to be Hindus. So please be careful. They can even have a Devanagari thing. It's very like my father. I didn't know he was working behind my life, and he pretended to be, like, for example, very understanding. Go to the church, okay, no problem, I have, and all this. But behind my back, he was really a hypocrite, a cruel person. He's been. So I've had this betrayal in my life from my own father, who I would want to trust, right? And he's betrayed my trust left, right, and center by marrying without preparing the children. Like when my father got married, like this was another thing, but I didn't leave my religion, although many things. What shook me up was that a Christian lady, so patient, who was my teacher, and I adored her from childhood. Actually, it was my father who didn't want me to get close to her. So he separated me. Now, in front of me, he would show, no, no, Because he feels, oh, he knows how to deal with his children. So hypocrisy rampant, betrayal, and covert narcissism. All this in the Shia, like I looked at, like I would tell my father, you are Shia, you are a follower of Imam Hussein, you have no feelings, like don't cry over spilled milk. A very practical person, like forget emotions and too much drooling and all this very terrible man, a very cunning, clever betrayer. I got. So I don't want you to pity me or anything like this. I'm not asking for any pity or any sympathies, just showing you that such is life. Like a father raping his daughter. But that father was really cruel and really stupid. I mean, he had to rape his. Everyone then found out, right? But this father of mine, I've seen the heights of hypocrisy, even in Shias. And now I see the heights of hypocrisy in Prophet Muhammad and his evil progeny, which I have to bring out. And and I get very, very disturbed. Can you blame me? So when we used to cry, you see, this is a childhood conditioning for Imam Hassan and our prayers. So that the emotion, and then when my father would tell me, don't be emotional about certain matters, that we should have this balance. But crying for Imam Hassan, doing zor zor se matam, uh, my mother used to tell me that even for Imam Hassan, my father, she's seen my father do matam, beat his chest for Imam Hassan. So uh, this about my personal life, and very cunning. There are hypocrites in our Shia. And one came and was like, maybe she'll have something or he'll have something positive to say, an ex-Shia. But he said nothing positive about my videos. All he did was criticize that my videos are long. So I kind of now got the feeling that maybe this person pretended to be an ex-Shia and came. Um, so, this treachery in Shiaism, Shias too, I've seen. And so Ghalib Kamal, when he used to tell the Indians, Hindus, please, okay, I would say, this sounds very rude. Why is he doing that? But now I realize that he was very sensible, wise man. You see, he had this thing. Although I have some doubts about Ghalib Kamal, but overall, I think he's got a lot of information. I cannot, because of my personal thing, I've been betrayed through and through. I cannot trust anyone. And if Ghalib Kamal is a true person, then I apologize greatly. What happened in my life, I don't know. I feel I've been betrayed thoroughly by people I trusted and loved, my own father. So I think that reflects in I cannot trust anyone in my life with other people now. Whoever I've trusted has betrayed my trust. So, Imam Ali would say that not to trust human beings, trust Allah. Maybe I shouldn't have even trusted Ali ibn Abu Talib. Shias are not going to like this. So your discouragement is not going to discourage me. I have put my life in this. How much how much time have you put? Can you give 2 hours of your life every day? Yes, I do say work smart and all this, and if you have the easy way, then take the easy way. But so my videos are going to be long, and I put a video out saying that my videos will remain long. 1400 years. Can you imagine the conditioning? If you if you cannot, if it doesn't even come in your imagination, I'm sorry. Too bad. So don't discourage other people. Give them some courage. I was asking for suggestions. I thought I could trust in you people, but how you let others down. You have no shame. No shame. Shameless liars, followers of liars. You kill people, you executed people. Khomeini executed innocent people, free writers. Do you have any shame? You Shias also? You have no shame. So I'll just for a little while pause this. Yes, so had to pause. Some of the Shias, even Sayyids, um, I didn't quite didn't quite appeal to me. Like Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi, and there's we have a community very jealous of one another and all this, but that doesn't bother me. I mean, I don't care much about that. It's this text. So yeah, there are very some Shias intellectually very clever because they're sharp minds. They they've worked with the mind, very sharp people. And then I have this person, very rich. Her father was very rich, you see. And the lady, the wife, the mother of this childhood friend, started to get very angry at me. What have you done in Karachi American School? Um, she once came to Karachi. She hardly lives in Karachi. She was hardly living in Karachi before the tragedy, family tragedy. So, these people, they don't care, these Shias, and they are blacklisted. And I suspect that they have done something to me. There's a case about Lady Diana's accident, which is coming on these Shias. And they could have even used the Sunni Muslims, extremist terrorists, to bomb blast, suicide bomb blast in London because their husband, their father, was caught in Germany, and the case took place in London. I think Old Bailey's Court. Not sure. Some of you may know who I'm talking about. So I have some enemies who are jealous of me, and they are they have many um, sources and people. So even though it may look like that the London bombings were done by Sunni extremists, behind it was a Shia lady whose husband. You see, this, if you take like for example, if you take Abbas Gokul's case, right, the BCCI case, what happened to the juries in the court? They got sick, you know, they got sick. And this lady, Abbas Gokul's wife, is from India, a Shia from India. So what happened is in Abbas Gokul's case, Abbas Gokul, I'm searching, and let's see if I can go into the site too. I hope I'm not infringing upon the copyrights. Abbas Gokul, juries got sick. 19 court days were lost to illness. Two jurors had to retire. You see, I had to retire from my life. Two jurors had to retire. Why? Lost to illness. This is from accountancyage.com. And I suspect his wife, she met me at, they are Shias. She met me at the Pakistani consulate in Knightsbridge, London, while I went there for my visa because I'm an Emirati. What happened is, after that, the price of the visa shot up from, I don't know, 10, 20 dirhams, 30 dirhams to 50 dirhams. And then a Gujarati girl came to our hostel. Remember, Abbas the Gokul family is Gujarati, but not I, uh, uh, not Mustafa Gokul, not Masuma auntie, his wife, but this lady, Rukaiya Gokul, his wife, Abbas Gokul's wife. Very, very dangerous lady, I found. Out of jealousy, of some reason behind it, she got angry at me about the Karachi American School. With my teacher, whom I loved, my family friend and teacher. My teacher became my family friend from Karachi American School. And so this lady, this Abbas Gokul's wife, Rukaya Gokul, got angry at me, not because what I had done in Karachi American School, but my father told me that because they were trying for Yasin Gokul, trying Yasin Gokul's proposal for Sukaina Gokul. And since I said, yeah, it makes sense because when Yasin Gokul was talking to me at Shahudi's wedding, when they all had come to Karachi for Shahudi's wedding, Ruqayya Gokul got very angry at me at one of the ceremonies of Shahudi and Shahudi Gokul. And also, Sukaina Gokul was not talking to me. And Yasin Gokul came and sat next to me, and he was talking to me at the wedding ceremony, right? And so they didn't like that. I don't know how Rukaya Gokul found out about my case in Karachi American School. Maybe because my father was going to Geneva, he told them something, but they didn't help. Like, there were a lot of Habibs and all this in Karachi American School. Habibs are with the Gokuls. They're related to the Gokuls. And none of them helped out. So this problem, and you see, this is the fraud of, they call this Abbas Gokul's case, fraud of the century. And, the illness of the jurors, the jury, the retirement, all these problems. The team held its breath because just one more dropout would have ended this case. Accountancy, I wonder if I can. On trial of Gokul, right? Old Bailey trial, yeah. Painstaking investigation. Former shipping tycoon and fraudster Abbas Gokul. Shia, Shia. Serious fraud of. So where does it say that right-hand man, Shavir Bairamji, sounds like a Parsi to me. They too escaped to Pakistan just before the Swiss police after them even, raided the Gulf offices. Oh my God, all around the world. Thank you, accountancy age. This is for my case also. So you see, these are dangerous people, these Shias. Ruqayya Gokul, Sukaina Gokul. Yeah, so this Gujarati girl they sent, I suspected, she started to do the Ouija board in our hostel in the lounge. Got me scared and all this. And then, when I opened the Quran, well, maybe somehow God was whoever Bhagwan or God, through my own religion, what at that time I believed in, the Surah 17 opened to that ayat verse where I was told in the Surah that there are some people who want to scare you out of this land, but they themselves will not stay here for long. There's a verse in Surah Isra, right? I think so. It's number 16 or 17. My goodness. So these are criminals sending a Gujarati. So they met me, Ruqayya, when Ruqayya, Abbas Gokul's wife, met me at the Pakistani consulate. She took my hostel number. So then she must have found out where my hostel is. Yellow Pages. And what they did, I suspect that they sent this Gujarati girl there. And I wonder who else they sent. They have lots of money still, to spend like this. If you're questioning, What else is there? Oh, yes, the London bombings. I was told here that Lady Diana's car accident tragedy, actually, you won't believe it, who could be behind them? So, if I care for the Shias, but they're these people, oh no, I've just, I'm very afraid they are on. I don't want to download anything from a site I don't trust. So, like father, fraudster, his wife, Abbas Gogol's wife, Ruqayya, and Sukaina Gogol too. What a fraud. You won't believe this, Lady Diana's accident case. I found signs. I got signs that day because Mehfil Shah Khurasan, Habib, Habib are the founders of Mehfil Shah Khurasan, Habib family, the Shia family. Jamila Auntie's house, where this Ruqayya got angry at me. So, uh, 3rd September signs 1997, and Lady Diana's accident, tragedy. And the 7/7 bombing, also the bombing when we were there, 1976 in London. My mother. Uh, so also the death of Samira auntie very early, her bone problem that later on when we met in Karachi in the car at a majlis outside, where is it? Outside Khalid Dinner Hall, when she was telling my father that she had this bone problem. I was thinking, and that she's on steroids. So, like, I was thinking, oh God, I feel like I need to be on steroids. So, I know something that no one knows. Only my mother and I know. So, I know why Rukaya Gokul could have done black magic to spoil the health of Samira auntie. Samira auntie was also is the sister was the sister of Masuma auntie, Mustafa Gokul, Mustafa uncle's um, wife, the eldest brother's wife, eldest brother Mustafa Gokul. So that's how when we were in London, they were in London. Samira auntie was in London, and so was Ruqayya. And now the 7/7 bombing, if it doesn't make sense to you, or 7/11, when was it? 7/7, I think, June 7 bombing, London. You see, I went to London to study. I was back, but by 2005, they got this done. And so it's not by the Israelis or the Jews, and neither, okay, the terrorists, Islamist terrorists, Hasib Hussein, Muhammad Siddiq Khan, okay, they all, Jermaine Lindsay, Shehzad Tanvir, are they all from the Sunni? It may seem like this, and even if they were from Sunni, they were, let's see what now the London investigation says here in Wikipedia. Initially, there was much confused information from police sources as to the origin, method, and even timings of the explosions. Forensic examiners had thought initially that military grade plastic explosives were used. And all this goes on. And sorry, I don't have the strength to read all this, including four suicides were killed by that attack. Pan Am Flight 103 killed 270 people, Lockerbie or Lockerbie. Police examined about 2,500 items of CCTV footage. So look, initially there were all this confusion. Luton cell, name Nur Muhammad. The Luton group was uncovered after Muhammad. I remember going to Luton. Who was in Luton? These really rowdy Pakistanis had come. Was arrested in Lahore, Pakistan. Yes, so who is he? This Muhammad Naim Nur Khan. Al Qaeda operative and computer expert arrested in Pakistan. Khan agreed to cooperate with the investigators, continued to communicate with Al Qaeda as part of a sting operation. Very well done. Rukaya Gokul. I laud your cleverness. And so, see, whether Al Qaeda or not, BCCI, we were told was helping Iran and that all this politics. But BCCI Bank, Al Qaeda, I wonder if they had Al Qaeda branch. Qaeda funds flowed. The ruling family of Abu Dhabi, the dominant Emirat, owned 77% of the bank. BCCI did dirty work for every major terrorist service. Emirates looked other way while Al Qaeda funds flowed. ChicagoTribune.com. Sorry, I'm using counter terror initiatives in the terror finance. So no one is going to believe me, but I have this coming. Emirates look the other way. Okay, I don't want to go in that right now because I don't know. I could be wrong. Um, did the Al Qaeda and Taliban article about use of gold in Al Qaeda and Taliban financing is Washington Post. Sorry, I have to use this. This is for my case. Um, did they have an account, Al Qaeda and Taliban, in the BCCI bank? Trying to see that. The assets were converted to gold. The riches of the Taliban and Al Qaeda were subsequently scattered around the world. So, makeup, world's largest. So, I was told that the Saudi, uh, you see, they didn't like the BCCI. The Saudis and America broke the BCCI. That's what I was told by my father. So the Saudis were giving Al Qaeda and all this, and they hated Shias. So that's why BCCI was helping Iran, sending when you know that Iran-Iraq war, during the Iran-Iraq war. But anytime these people can turn and the what do you call it? This Ruqayya Gogol. You know, her husband had a private jet in Geneva, and they're very, very rich, filthy rich. For one bag, her purse, she had forgotten in Geneva. She was going on a private jet somewhere. She had to go back. The whole jet had to go back for her purse. Private jet. So there will be some Shias from her side. I mean, I don't know, they're scattered around the world. And you know, money, forget Imam Hussein, forget all this money. Money counts first. Forget humanity. So these people, they told me about Lady Diana. I had telepathy and control. They told me someone is involved, like Rukaiya Gokul and Sukaina Gokul, the mother and daughter, both involved in the accident. People were confused. Some were blaming the queen, the royal family, and Lady Diana was pregnant. And now this also 7/7 bombing in London. Uh, they used Al Qaeda, or they have that much money. Do they still have that much? Did they have in year 2000? Abbas Kokal was released. His jail period was, like they said, 14 years, but they released him in 10 years. And then the worst happened in London. The bombing took place. So let me see now. So I've kept my okay. So but this is all like these are all Shias. They don't care who they kill. We have covert people in our Shia Islam too. Covert narcissists and all this. Uh, Lady Diana's accident, Rukaiya Goka. This one, London bombings when I was there. Home exhibition, 1976. Samira auntie from the Gokul, her sister, married to Mustafa uncle, right? Her sister, yeah, Masuma auntie. So Samira auntie told my mother that we should go to this home exhibition. And so when we went there in 1976, uh, we were children. Shahudi and I, Samira auntie's daughter, my childhood friend Shahudi. So Shahudi started to tell her mother that, Mama, let's go home, let's go home. So Samira auntie would answer her in Urdu and said, Shahudi, abhi to aaye hain yahan. Abhi to aaye hain. We've just come. And Samira auntie was interested and found out about this home exhibition taking place in Earl's Court, right? On this date. Ideal home exhibition. So we had to go home because then Samira auntie said, okay, Shahudi, okay, we'll go home. So when we reached home, we received, I think, a phone call from Samira auntie's husband, Askari uncle, that there has been a bomb blast. That's all. And then we didn't know how many people. We weren't told. I think they didn't want to tell us because we were kids back then. Okay, so if if Shahudi had not used, like, it was her intuition or something, we would have been there and we would have been either traumatized or, you know, if we were near the bomb, crippled or dead. Later on, when I was in London, then with the telepathy, now they tell me that it wasn't the Irish. IRA, but someone I know, Rukaya Gopal's name is coming. I have no evidence. Then about Lady Diana also. I don't want to, like Lady Diana, where there's some signs without not the bombing thing, but that, when they separated me from Mr. Sa, there was an incident where Mr. Sa had gone to Brent Cross in London, and I was there too. The and the same day, I think I went to Brent Cross, and Mr. Sa told me that her um, shoes were full of mud, and she had made a trail going inside Brent Cross. And then we bought the same shoes from Bali, right? Bali, the shoe shop in Brent Cross at that time. She told me I've bought the same shoes, but I never saw her wearing it. So what happened is, when they separated me from Mr. Sa, uh, I went. I went once to London, and I went to Brent Cross, and I was I was missing Mr. Sa so much that there was a bench there on this wing, a Fenwick wing, on the right hand side. I went and I sat there, you know, and I was thinking of Mr. Sa. And then when I saw Lady Diana's uh, picture sitting alone when she went to India, Agra, to see the Taj Mahal, some coincidence, the same kind of bench. So, anyways, in that there is no sign of the accident, who's involved in this incident. But so coincidentally, Mr. Sai and I are going to Brand Cross now. Before we got separated, we bought the same shoes from Bali, and I think the same color, blue. But tho- uh, those shoes would tell me that anyhow, no, something about my. Oh no, it's not coming. It's not my aunt, late aunt. But that about Lady Diana, the thing that's coming to me is that they Rukaya Gokul, Abbas Gokul's wife, had this done, got this done, and even the bombing, Ideal Home exhibition in London, Earl's Court. So I don't know, but I'm being told. And Yusuf Zaidi, when he went to London, then the bombing took place. So could he be? I mean, sorry, not related, but linked to Rukaya Gopal. Abbas Goga, dangerous. A very dangerous case. You know how dangerous. And BCCI's owner also, a Naqvi, a Shia Sayyid. BCCI Bank and CIA. They have all this influence around the world. It was the bank of choice for drug dealers and terrorists. BCCI. APnews.com. Oh my God. CIA for years found BCCI a convenient place to do business. It was the bank of choice for drug dealers and terrorists, and the same amenities that attracted criminals. You see, no one to answer to, no accountability. uh, Third world gorillas, bankroll. Not only did the CIA use BCCI to pay agents to bankroll third world guerrillas such as the Contras in Nicaragua and to support routine spying operations. It also used BCCI accounts to track the terrorists and drug traffickers who banked there. Like, I'm doing this hard work. I have to, I feel like, oh my God, how will I? Like in Pakistan, like my father was saying, like, are you going to go door to door? You can't catch, I mean, if you catch criminals in Pakistan, maybe, more than half of Pakistan will be in prison. It's like that. More than half of Pakistanis will be in prison. So, oh my God, so these criminals, so many criminals around the world. Even the Palestinian terrorist Abu Nidal. That's why the Gulf Air crash. So do they care if they kill a Shia Sayyid who was in the Gulf Air crash 1983? My God, it's a really long reading here about the BCCI. What CIA had to do to catch these criminals, Shias. Owner of the BCC. Just how far did it go? Newsweek.com. The BCCI-CIA connection. Just how far did it go? Oh my goodness. So what is this? The CIA was using the Bank of Credit and Commerce International. The Guardian files close on BCCI banking scandal. Okay, so I'm going. So let's see who's going to come and let's see who has the shame to harass. I just want to catch these people. I just want them to come here to see how they. I want to show you how these people harass. I'm going to expose. I'm going to take screenshots. How you manipulate and how you use your cleverness in fighting you shameless ones. You hypocrites. How you harm people with such cleverness. Come here, jealous people. Harmful. The strength in you, the time you take, the pleasure you take. Very thrilling for you people. Huh? Very thrilling. It gives you that thrill, that adrenaline. Betrayers. Like to prey on innocent people. You predators. No shame. You like to bring people down on their knees. Sayyid Yusuf Zedi, Shiaz Ruqayya Gokul, Sukaina Gokul. You have finished Pakistan. Some of you gone fleeing to London. Shameless Sayyid Yusuf Zedi. Sayyid Yusuf Zedi was telling me that his cousin, this other lawyer, was molesting Chanda, now his wife. He went in his chambers and gave him a punch. Yusuf Zedi went in the chamber of that cousin and gave him a punch. And his mother, being unwell because someone has done jadoo on her or something, and they have to give her medicine. Serenus, concerned about you people, you hypocrites. You wear for 2 months and 9 days black clothes. You have no shame. Ya Ali Madad. Nara Hedri, Ya Ali. Look at this. So I'm not doing this, but I have to do this because I have to show you. No one will show you in this way. It's taken me an hour just to explain a little bit and see how you have been, the Shias also. That's why most Shias turn out hypocrites also. Or we have fear of jadoo. Forget this now. I'm looking for चोर चोर हैं ये लोग चोर सैयद भी चोर निकले ना तभी बीसीसीआई का तुम लोग चोर हो चोर look but these Shias who can stop them even Imam Hussein can't stop them what a mockery your prophet what blaming it on the Christians spread the belief that the Holy Prophet Ali ibn Abu Talib and the Imams had two natures, the nature of man and the nature of God. They were partially human and partially divine. This belief posed a great danger to their sect. The Imam fought against this thought. What is, there's one light of Allah and there's the one light Prophet Muhammad. Isn't this light divine? Is this light human or is this light divine? Light. Or is this light satanic? Because there's a satanic light. Prophet Muhammad. Was Prophet Muhammad made of light? This is the doctrine of An-Nur al-Muhammadi, or the Muhammadan light. The light existed before creation, and everything was created from it. The world is a manifestation of the light, which was incarnated in Adam, the prophets, and the Aqtab. Ibn al-Arabi wrote, the creation began with Nur Muhammad. And there's also an ayat. And you know, Ibn Arabi was not a Shia. The word Nur comes from root as the Hebrew Aor, the primal light described in the book of Genesis that was created at the beginning. In Aramaic, the term Nur means fire, satanic. In Aramaic, it become it became associated with igniting candles, shifting the term to the meaning of fire, which Nur became light. While Nur became light, the word Nur or its derivatives occurs 49 times in the Quran. It is used in reference to God. Oh my God. It is used in reference to God, Muhammad, the Quran, the book, the Torah, the moon, and the faithful men and women. Al-Nur is often used in combination with the Zulumat, darkness, in terms that describe movement from darkness into light and from ignorance into faith. The word Nur is also used in 8 basic referential meanings. The religion of Islam, number 1. Number 2, faith. Number 3, commandments and moral laws. Can't read much, my throat is hurting now. And Samakshari was a Persian scholar. God lights that. Where does Muhammad come in? Oh, according to the fifth Shiite Imam, Muhammad al-Baqir, the Imams are the Muhaddatun that are mentioned in the Quran and are the light of God, Nur Allah. Why blame the Christians? Unnecessarily blaming the Christians. He was asked to comment on the Quran verse, Surah 64, verse 8, and believe in Allah and His Messenger and the Nur light that we have brought down. He replied that the Imams from the Prophet's family were in fact the light of God. Of God. Sounds like shirk. Nur Allah in the heavens and on earth. This spiritual light passed down from one generation to the next symbolizes the eternal knowledge that Muhammad passed on to Ali and his descendants. So we have Sufi belief. Ibn al-Arabi was a Sufi. Are you going to kill Sufis? Shias you've already killed. But here, it's not about Sunni Muslims, it's about the lies that these Imams have told us. According to Nadia Ebu Jamal, the Imams are the inheritors of his spiritual knowledge, ilm, the bearers of the light, nur of God. If they are bearers of this light, can they be far from God and his light? Is this not shirk, one, three in one, two in one? Is living proof, hujjah on earth. My goodness. See, even the Sufi Ibn Arabi says this is the doctrine of Al Nur al Muhammadi, Muhammadan light. Ibn al Arabi wrote, the creation began with Nur Muhammad. The Lord brought the Nur from his own heart. Fariduddin Attar, the Sufi theoretician, wrote, the origin of the soul is the absolute light, nothing else. In the Quran, we are told that the soul's knowledge we have given you but little. Sufis have to tell us what is the origin of the soul. The origin of the soul is absolute light, nothing else. Now, if these poor Hindus put their hands together and worship an idol who was perhaps Nur Allah, oh my, what is the difference then? That means it was the light of Muhammad, nothing else. Allah's essence is the original creative light. Oh my God. Imam Ali says that if you try to find the essence of Allah, you will go insane. No one can know the essence of Allah. And here Sufis are telling us Allah's essence is the original creative light. You see, if I remained a Shia, I would say these Sufis, what are they doing? Imparting such high knowledge that even Imam Ali said, if you were to know the essence of Allah, you would not be able to, because you would go crazy and you would think someone who's calling you from the front is calling you from the back and such things. Now, is this better or Imam Ali's sermon? What's the difference? But you say, oh, we don't worship the light. We don't worship Muhammad. Even though, no, no, full prostration. We only worship Allah. And even the Shias. You know, these Shias now, they've shook hands with the Sunnis, yes, yes. They put the Ismailis aside, Agha Khanis. What they did was uh, in Azhar University, they got for themselves the thing that, no, no, we are, don't call us kafirs. Noor-e Muhammad. What is Noor-e Muhammad? My goodness. The angels are there, the throne is there, all this is there. What a liar. When Imam Jafar Sadiq was still in his infancy, Some people, following the example of the Christians, spread the belief that the Holy Prophet Ali ibn Abu Talib and the Imams had two natures, the nature of man and the nature of God. Oh my God. Please see this. You're going to tell me that I should believe in these liars? So many contradictions. See, here they're blaming the Christians. Here is what? What is light? Light is from God, isn't it? But God cannot be human being. But they are Allah's light, from Allah's light. What does that make them? Partially from the nature of God. Are we okay with logic or something is? Then please don't tell me because I'm not going to follow. And don't put it on the Hindus. Don't make fake IDs, Hindu fake IDs, and come here badnaming the Hindus. Because your Imams, your Muhammad, badnamed idol worshippers, Christians, Jews, and so you may want to follow because it's in your blood. You can't take it. So you praise Muhammad and your Allah. But you won't be able to take idol worshippers saying that Krishna was God. What's the difference? You see the division you people have made. And you're always blaming the Christians like your Prophet Muhammad. And you're blaming Jews. And you blame idol worshippers because your Prophet Muhammad made you. These people are chor, chor. ये चोर है इनको पकड़ो इनको बंद करो इनको प्रिजन में बंद करो इन इमामों को चोर हो तुम लोग चोर